welcome to Movement Inc. Yoga. Thank you for joining us to uplift in body and mind. I'm Rebecca and today's practice is a full body integrated flow to welcome a balance of strength to support the stretch. Come to your mat and let's get started. Beginning in a comfortable seat. You don't need anything in particular for today's practice, just your good self, your mat, but it's always nice to have a block handy just in case, especially if you know you have slightly tighter hamstrings. As you inhale now, lift the shoulders up towards your ears. As you exhale, let them roll and drop down the back. Take this 2 more times. Inhale, lift. Exhale, release. Start to feel that connection of movement and breath. This really is the flow of flow yoga, the continual free flow of the breath. With your next inhale, take the arms out to the side and energize them high above your head. Reach out of the waist, lengthen through the side seams, soften the inner shoulder, reach into your fingertips. As you exhale, sigh the breath out the mouth. Bring the hands to prayer at the heart center. Firm your palms and elevate your heart space. Gently close your eyes, taking just a few moments here to center, settle and arrive. Feel your seat connected to the floor beneath you, your spine long, rising tall. As you exhale, soften. Find the breath. Be here with the breath. That is all. Feel the rise and fall in your chest. And stay with this. Inhaling, reach the arms high. As you exhale, take an easy twist to the right. Left hand, right thigh, right hand behind you on the midline. Roll the shoulders down and back, lift the chest, sit tall. As you inhale, come back through center. With your exhale, take the twist to the other side. Shoulders roll down and back. Chest broad and lifted. Reach out of the waist with the spine. As you inhale, come back. Exhaling, hands to prayer. Cross the right shin in front of the left. Have your feet flexed. Feel your outer ankles firming down into the mat. Inhale, we lengthen. Exhale, hinge. Bowing forwards, walk your arms. Let your head and neck release. Firm your seat back into the floor. Draw back with your ankles against the mat. Breathe into the outer right hip. Inhaling, come back up and change the cross of your shins. Flexing the feet, firm the ankles down. Inhale, exhale, fold. Walk the arms forward, release the head and neck. Firm back through the ankles, firm into your seat. 2 breaths here. Breathe into the outer left hip. Soften the shoulders, the jaw. As you inhale, coming up. Uncross the legs and come right away onto all fours. Tabletop position. Ensure always for stability in the joints that we are aligned. We're stacking the shoulders above the wrists, the knees underneath the hips. Draw back through your palms. Send your heart space, your chest through the gateway of your shoulders. Lengthen from crown to tail. Knitting the lower rib cage in. Feel your navel draw to your spine. Engaging your core. Keep the back of your head long. Look forwards and down. Tuck the toes. As you inhale, lift your tail, lift your chest. As you exhale, round, work through the spine cat. Start to build this connection to your breath. Taking a few rounds of cat-cow. Find your pace, your flow. And today's practice will really build a lot of heat, a lot of strength, a powerful uplifting practice. And we'll build this strength to support growing flexibility and the depth of the stretch. So just working in this way today, where we find a little engagement in the muscles at the end range of the stretch, working with resistance, working with integration, working with balance. Take one more round of cat-cow. Sigh the breath out as you come back to all fours. Work the arms, firm the floor away, protract the shoulder blades. You know we love to protract the shoulder blades in this practice. Tuck the toes. Core strong, firm the floor, hover the knees, keep the shins parallel, lengthen from crown to tail, reach out through your heels. Work your core, knit the ribcage in. As you exhale, take it back, downward facing dog, open your dog. Think of lengthening as much as you can. Don't worry about getting the heels to the floor. More focus on length in the side and the back body. Pedaling the feet, walking up and down on the spot, swiveling the hips. Do what feels good. Ease into this stretch, ease into your body, ease into movement. So nothing too strenuous to begin with. Be kind. There's a lot of power in kindness and compassion, especially importantly when shown given to ourselves. Keep your knees soft, lift your seat high with your exhale, anchored down through the center of your heels. If your heels don't touch the mat, that's perfectly fine. Keep a soft bend in your knees. Firm the floor away through your hands, reach your arms long and strong. Draw back through your feet, feel that stretch in your calves. Firm into the outer edges of your feet like you're trying to draw the mat apart. Feel that into the outer edges of your hip, your outer leg. As you inhale now, bend your knees, look forward, step, walk, jump, feet to hands, Yogis Choice. As you inhale, take a flat back, lengthen, Ardha Uttanasana, core strong, back and front body integrated. As you exhale, soften the knees and bow over the legs. Feel that your torso is resting against your thighs as your spine lengthens down. Rock into the front of your feet and lift your seat even higher. Hand to opposite elbow, take ragdoll. Find that sway in your torso from one side to the other. Your elbows draw down, your head heavy. Come back to center, bend the knees, core strong, rising up, stand tall. Exhaling, hands to prayer, heart center. Come to the top of the mat in Tadasana, mountain pose, feet hip width. Just a moment here, root down, rise up, stand tall. 3 sun salutes to build pace, rhythm and heat. Here we go. Inhale, exhale, fold. Uttanasana, inhale, flat back lengthen, knees bend, hands plant. As we move, as we build this practice, yogis, especially important, your practice, your choice. Knees down for tabletop or a little more fiery plank pose. Take 2 breaths here, align, shoulders above wrists, reach out through the heels, firm the floor away, feel broad in the upper back. Knees down first round, exhale, elbows hug, keep your chest elevated, baby cobra, draw back through the palms, roll the shoulders, lift the heart, exhale, release, inhale, rising, again the choice is yours, tabletop or plank. As you exhale, draw back through the navel, dog. Allow this practice to be truly your own, a gift to yourself, moving in the most beneficial, nourishing way for your body, for your energy. I offer, I guide, but the real
Personalization is over to you, dear yogis. Knees soft, seat high, heels draw down. Firm through your palms, lift your forearms, spin the armpits together. Feel that broadening across the chest. Now draw back through the feet, stretch the calves. Engage the quads. Firm into the outer edges of your feet and broaden across the back of the hips. Bend the knees, look forward, step, walk or jump, land light. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, bow. Inhale, rising. Exhale, continue to fold, bow over the legs. Inhale, Ardha. Exhale, knees bend, hands plant. Personalize the transition. Maybe you're taking chaturanga to up dog. Maybe your knees down to cobra. We meet in downward facing dog. Sigh the breath out. Knees bend. Feet meet hands. Land light. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rising. Continue. Exhale, bow. Inhale, lengthen. Knees bend. Maybe you're jumping back through chaturanga. Try not to let the elbows wing up behind your torso. Integrate. We meet in dog. Final round. Knees bend. Feet to hands. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rising. Continue to bow with the exhale. Inhale, get long in the spine, heart through. Bend the knees, plant the hands. Maybe you jump to chaturanga. Maybe you'll plank. Down dog is where we meet. How you get there, your journey, your adventure, you decide. Take 2 to 3 breaths in dog. Find that drawing back through the feet. Feel into the lower leg. Firm into the outer edges of your feet. Feel into the outer hip. Keep your arms active and strong. Your head and neck releasing. Come back to the breath. Inhale, reach the right leg high. Reach out through the right heel as you keep your hips facing forwards. Lower down through the left heel. As you exhale, round the spine, scoop the belly in, step the foot through and lower the back knee. Have the front foot as wide as the front hip, knee above ankle. Very actively firm the floor away through the front foot and walk your hands up your thigh. Come to center, shoulders above hips. Firming into the front foot, engage the underside of the thigh and the quad. Feel that tucking of the tail, that lifting in the front of the hip points. Feel as if you're drawing up internally that Mula Bandha, navel to spine, Uddiyana Bandha, and then reach the arms high. Lift out of the waist, glide the back thigh forwards. Maybe you take a little back bend here, gaze up to your thumbs, come back to center and open into a twist. Left arm forward, right arm back. Try and think of one long, strong line from front to back arm. Shoulders soft, lift out of the waist. Keep your core active. Broaden across the chest. Lower the right arm, sweep it down. Inhale, come back up. Maybe you find the back bend again. As you exhale, reframe that front foot. Lift the back leg. Step to plank. Straight to dog or flow. So if you include the vinyasa, the transition, that will build a little more heat, stoke the fire a little more, if that's what you're looking for today. Down dog. Inhale, left leg. Spin the thigh to meet the floor, hips forward. As you reach the left heel high, lower the right heel. As you exhale, round and make space for the step through. Lower the back knee. Have this front foot as wide as the hip. Firm the floor actively through the front foot. Rise up. Glide the back thigh. Find that tuck and that lift. You can even feel with your hip points, lift them a little.
Think of the tailbone and the pubic bone drawing together and then up, Mula Bandha, navel in and up. We work with the locks, the seals, reach the arms high. Lengthen, find the back bend. As you exhale, come back to center, keep that reach, that lift. Firm the floor away through the front foot and open into that twist. Energize the arms front to back, broaden the chest, keep hugging the front thigh into the midline. Sweep the arm down, come back up. Exhale, frame the foot, low lunge to plank. The vinyasa is there. We meet in downward facing dog. You can always switch it up with child's pose. Knees bend, look forward, feet to hands, land light. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Heel toe the feet to touch. Your thumbs into your hip creases, draw the hips, the thighs back. Scoop the tail under, sink deeper, weight in the heels. Lengthen your torso, chest through. Reach your arms, tuck your tail, sink deeper, wiggle your toes, you're in your heels with your weight. Hug the inner thighs, sink deeper, hug the outer thighs. Inhale, step the feet hip width, and fold, Uttanasana. Inhale, lengthen. Find your flow or find downward dog. Exhale to dog. Inhale, reach the right leg, keep the hips level. Exhale, step through, meet in that integrated low lunge. Walk the hands up. Good, reach up. As you exhale this time, bring the hands to prayer. Hinge forward, revolve, hook the elbow to the outer edge of the thigh. Firm the palms, stack the elbows, broaden the chest. Staying here, lengthen the spine. Option to power up the back leg and lift it up. So you're in a low lunge twist with the knee down, all the back leg lifted. If your back leg is lifted, think of hugging your inner thighs together. That will help with balance. 2 more breaths. Lengthen the spine, lift the chest, reach out through the back heel, hug the front thigh to the midline. Good work. Frame the front foot. Plank, dog or flow. How much heat do you require? Consider this. Inhale, lift the left leg. Exhale, step through, find the low lunge. Foot hip width, walk up. Reach the arms high, inhale. Exhale, prayer. Hinge and revolve. Hook, but try not to dump here. Keep strong in your center and lift. As you lengthen your spine, elevate your heart space. Palms firming, elbows stacking. Staying here or lifting the back leg. Supercharge the twist. Either one is super great. 2 more breaths. Hug the outer thighs together. Hug the inner thighs. Feel really integrated. Strong to the midline. Come back. Frame. Plank to dog. Plank to chaturanga and up dog. Exhale. Finding downward facing dog. 3 breaths here, yogis. Work the legs, draw back through your feet, firm into the outer edges of your feet like you're drawing the mat apart so you feel broad across the back of the hips. You feel that into the outer leg, outer hip. Feel the stretch. Support the stretch with strength. Lift the shins as you curl the toes back towards you. Engage your quads. Support that length in the hamstrings. Inhaling, lift the right leg, reach out through the heel as you anchor through the left. Exhaling, make space for the step through. Land in a low lunge, bend the back knee as you rise into a high lunge.
Find your steady base. You can even widen your front foot. Again, find that tuck and tilt of the tail, that internal drawing up, that lift and lengthening out of the front of the hips. Reach long in the side seam. As you exhale, bring your hands to prayer at your heart center. Elevate your chest. See your toes. Have your knees stacking above your ankle. As you exhale, stay strong and dip the back knee to the floor, keeping the shin parallel. Firm into the ball of the foot. Rise and straighten both legs. We lower, smooth and controlled. Firm through the front foot to lengthen. We lower and we lift. Precision control rather than haste. We lower, keep your core strong, that will really support balance, and lift. If you'd like a little more, arms. 2 more times. Lower, breathe, lift. Lower, hold it there, lift, straighten the legs. Take a low lunge, bend the front foot and rock back. Bow over the front leg. Inhale, shine the heart through. 3 or 4 times. Stretch that out. Let go of that work. Find the breath. Find a low lunge and plank. Take a vinyasa. Meet us in downward facing dog. Inhale, left leg. Second side, step through, low lunge to high, back knee bent, and then it straightens. Lift and lengthen. Inhale, reach. Exhale, prayer. We lower and lift. Straightening the front leg as we lengthen. We lower, really firm through the feet. Work your core, work your quads, whole body. Integrated strength. Reach the arms high if you want a little more. 2 more this side. Work your glutes. Hover. Final 1. Lift. Take the low lunge and rock back. Let that go. Breathe space into the hamstrings. Good work, yogis. Frame the foot, take plank. I'm going to go straight to dog this time, but if you'd like a flow, you have plenty of time. Down dog is where we meet. Inhale, come forwards. Plank. Right hand slightly forward of center, wrist forward of shoulder. Roll onto the outer edges of your feet for plank. Modify by bringing the knee down. Firm the floor away. Lift the underside of the hip, the underside of the torso. Ankles stack, hug the inner thighs. Reach the top arm high. Energize out of that bottom arm even more. Engage your glutes, tuck your tail. Lift the top leg and smoothly lower. We lift and lower. Stabilize the pelvis. Try not to send the glutes back. Think of a long line through the back body, pelvis and shoulders aligning. 2 more. Lift. Good work. Keep that lift in the underside of the body. Lift and lower. Hold it there. Open up even more. Step through. Frame the foot. Find plank. Let that go. Find your flow. Downward facing dog. Good work. So strong. Inhale. Second side. Left hand forward. Find your variation of plank, knee down, or legs lifting. Lift up and out. Hug the thighs. Reach the top arm high. Try not to send the glutes back. Think of that alignment of pelvis, shoulders, skull. Firm the floor away. Lift the top leg. Smoothly lower. Keep the lift in the underside of the body. Take a break as you need. Stick with it if you can. Think of all of that strength. Side body, inner thighs, core, lift and lower. We lift, good work, and lower. We lift, one more this side. Hold it on the final lift. Open up even more. Take the step through, finding plank and downward dog. Think of this as your active recovery, active rest. Child is always there should you need it. Bend the knees, look forward. Jump the feet through, soles of the feet to the floor, navel to spine, curl down. Really sorry, we're not going to Shavasana just yet. We're actually taking what I call ballerina legs core. So think of those beautiful, strong, but flexible, powerful ballerina legs. That's what we're going through here. Lift the right leg, lift the left. Make sure you can lay your whole back body down on the mat. Power up the legs, have the knees above the hips. Cross the right leg over the left and point the toes. You might have a slight turnout here. Just find what feels best for you. Interlace your fingers behind your neck, cradle the neck, so the focus is entirely on your core, no straining in your neck. So firm the back body into the floor, feel the back and front body integrate. Navel to spine, knit the lower rib cage. Hug the inner thighs together, really supercharge the legs. As you inhale, support the head and draw your elbows up towards your ankles. Lower smooth. We inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Think of reaching your elbows towards your ankles as you supercharge your legs. Focus all this strength into your low-lying abs, you know what I mean? Keep going. Abdominals. Lower. Good work. 2 more. It's your transverse abdominis, that deep-lying core. Really responsible and so good for stability, strength that emanates from your center. Lower down. Now, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Keep the pelvis stable and come up. 2, 3, 4, 5. One more time. We lower. 2, 3, 4, 5. Stabilize the pelvis. Up. 2, 3, 4, 5, and switch. Left leg in front, super power the legs and lift elbows to ankles. Focus all that strength in your lower belly, your deep lying core. Support the head and neck. Lift and lower smooth. Try and take any jerkiness out of the movement. Oh, what's happening in the legs? Are they still strong? 2 more this side. Then lay your body down on the floor. Take the leg crosses. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and up. 1, keep breathing. 3, 4, 5, and switch. Release the legs, hug them towards you. Circle one way and then the other. We are done. Ballerina legs core. Tick it off the list. Cross the ankles, roll up or roll to the side. Maybe you jump through. Take the flow, let that go. And meet us in downward facing dog. 2 breaths. Anchor through the heels, reach long, strong in the arms, draw back through your feet. Firm the outer edges of your feet down, feel broad in the outer hips. Get that stretch. Inhale forwards, get long, get strong. Take a nice controlled Vinyasa. Downward facing dog. Lift the right leg high, keep your hips level. As you exhale, step that foot through, plant the back foot, ready to rise into warrior 1. Have your front foot as wide as your front hip. Lunge into that front leg as we're low, firm into the outer edge of the back foot.
Inhale, reach the arms high. Exhale, lunge a little deeper. Activate the back glute. Straighten the leg, engage the glute, rebend. Firm into the outer foot, lifting out of the waist. Take 3 breaths here. Think of firming into the outer edges of the feet. Think of engaging that Mula Bandha, tuck the tail, pubic and tailbone come to meet as you internally lift. Think of shining and lifting out of the hip points. Welcome so much space through the side seam. Exhaling prayer. Hands to hips. Turn the toes to face forward for pyramid pose. Lengthen. Exhale, hinge. Come halfway. Lengthen the spine, firm into the outer edges of both feet. Keep that broadening across the back of the pelvis. Continue to fold, hands to mat or floor, or blocks even. Draw the chest back towards the legs. Spin the left hip forward, the right hip back. Bring the hands to the hips and rise up. Staying as you are, revolved triangle, Parivrtta Trikonasana. Reach out of the side. Hinging again, when you get to the halfway point, lengthen, reach forward. As you exhale, fold fingertips to the instep side of the front foot. Left hip forward, right hip back. Revolve your torso, keep your spine long, then reach the top arm high. You're light on the bottom fingertips. You can always be on a block with your hand. Your shoulders are stacking, your spine is lengthening forwards, your chest, your heart space elevated. Draw back through your feet. Calves firm into the outer edges of your feet, outer hips. Feel your quads engage. We're using strength to support the posture, the stretch. As you exhale, touch down, bow over the front leg. Inhale to rise, step the foot forward and we flow. Exhale, bow. Inhale, lengthen. Knees bend, chaturanga, up dog, downward facing. Inhale, left leg lifts. Exhale, step through, spin the back toes. Plant the foot, rise high. Warrior 1, 2 to 3 breaths here. Straighten the front leg, activate the back glute, firm into the outer edge of the back foot and lunge. Lift, reach, go a little deeper. Find the breath, steady the gaze. Exhaling, hands to prayer. Come into pyramid pose, hips facing forward, lift. Exhale, hinge, lengthen, left hip back, right hip forward, bow and fold, firm into the outer edges of the feet, broaden across the back of the pelvis, touch the hands down as you bow over that front thigh, lengthen your spine down, release your head, your neck, engage your quads to support the stretch, the length welcomed in the hamstrings, hands to hips, core strong, rise smooth. Inhale, revolve triangle, right arm reaches. Hinging again, find that length. Hand touches down to instep side of the front foot. Left hip back, right hip forwards. Firm into the outer edges of your feet. Core strong, revolve, lengthen your spine. Keep that lift. Reach the top arm high. Follow with your gaze if that's available. Energize top and bottom arm so we're really strong, we're reaching. The legs are active, your core is engaged. You're broadening across the outer hips to really feel that stretch in the outer edge of your hip. That strength in your core, the strength in your quads to lengthen in the hamstrings. As you exhale, fold. As you inhale, rise. Isn't it amazing how everything works together in support, in balance? Inhale. Step the back foot in. Rise, reach. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lengthen. Really, our bodies are always just wanting to come back to balance, to be in equilibrium. Exhaling, and that's where integration comes in, thinking of the body as a whole, the body, the mind, your energy, your breath, one continually feeding into the other, guiding the other. Your state of mind, how you're feeling, can often as not affect your breath, your breathing, can affect your physical body. It's so powerful, this connection, and this is really why we take the time to practice, to come back to wholeness, to come back to balance, that natural state that just through life situations we can sometimes just get a little thrown off kilter. So it's really nice to kind of recalibrate. Bend the knees, look forward. Hop the feet through. And have your feet hip width. Now slightly wider. Knee to inner arch. And seagrass, side to side. Or dynamic deer, where your knee meets your inner arch. Go one way and then the other. Bring the feet to hip width, lift out of the lower back, hinge back but still feel rooted in your sits rather than the base of your spine. Come onto your tippy toes, lift one leg and then the other and reach. Really nice. We lower and we lift. Feel that work in your low-lying core. We lower. If you took the last practice, Energize, you may be familiar with this. It's a really effective way to work into your deep-lying core. We lower and lift. 3 more. Lower. Good work. Lift. Navel to spine. Integrate. Lower and lift. Lower. Nearly there. Lift. Try and keep the shins parallel and lift. Maybe you find straight leg boat, maybe you don't. Jump through, flow, downward facing. Feet meet hands. Lengthen and fold. Bow over the legs. Inhale. Exhaling. Bring the heels to touch. Sink low, Utkatasana. Hands to prayer. Transfer the weight onto the left foot, come onto the ball of the right. We're going to take a figure 4, ankle to thigh. Keep the standing leg strong, try not to send the hip out to the side. Think of scooping, engage the glute to draw the outer hip in. Bring your hands to prayer, sink a little deeper, keep that foot flexed. If you have a wall nearby, you can always support your balance. I always say the wall is my very favourite prop. And then find a little resistance in this stretch. So at the end range of the stretch, we're actually using a little muscular activation. With your knee, your right knee, just lift it. Keep that hip a little elevated and sink a little deeper. Lengthen your spine forwards. Bring your left hand to the instep of your right foot. Touch your right hand down. Keep that resistance. So we're engaging muscles at the end range of the stretch to support this stretch, the strength to support this, and continue to fold. Firm your hand against your foot firms back, and your right knee is lifting. Take 3 breaths here. If it feels too intense, you can always ease back. Come out of the fold. As you're ready, rise up, Utkatasana, final side. So standing leg is bent but strong. Flex the foot, ankle to thigh. Resist, so try not to sink, but lift, lift. Hug in, hug in. Hand to the instep side. Touches down. You can take the fold, that will deepen, but again, you don't have to. Continue to fold 3 breaths here. Engage the muscles at the end range of your stretch.
Support the stretch through strength. Find that resistance, and you might actually notice with this little resistance, the hand firming against the foot firming back, the underside of the left knee lifting, that you're integrated, but it can feel even deeper. So you might notice you get more from your stretch. Who knew? Come out of it, Utkatasana. Lengthen, let that go. Find the breath. Lengthen as you inhale. Knees bend, flow or no flow. Down dog is where we find each other. And of course, the breath, the length, the stretch, the strength to support this. As you inhale, come forwards, plank. Lower the knees, come down to a seat, roll over to the side. We're going to stay on the back now. Final few reclined stretches, so anything to stay warm and cozy. Feel your back body release down into the mat. Figure 4 reclined. Again, find that flexing, that resistance, the lifting of the knee. Hover the bottom foot, thread through, left ankle relaxed and heavy, right foot flexed. If you want more, use your right elbow to draw that left knee away from you, but try and find a little resistance back. Breathe into this. Might even sway side to side. Sigh the breath out. Ease into the hips, the outer hips. Release that side, undo. Figure 4 left side. Lift. Right ankle heavy this time, left foot flexed. Draw back thigh to belly. Maybe use your left elbow to draw your left thigh away from you. Keep the foot flexed. Gently sway, maybe side to side. Release the breath. Soften the belly. Let go of some of that strength. It's really important when we work with strength, with integration, that we also find kind of the flip side of that. We soften, we let go, we release. Let the legs go. Lift your knees and your feet. Now, take your shins as parallel as you can. For happy baby, find your inner heels. I know, not the outer foot, the inner heels. Keep your shins lengthening up and then draw down. Draw your knees down, firming into the inside of your heels. Shine the soles of your feet to the ceiling. Breathe into this. I actually notice it more in my inner thigh when I hold my inner heel, keeping my shins straight to the ceiling. Release this, maybe recline saddle. Do what you need to do those final few moments. I always like to circle one way and then the other. Touch the feet down, tuck and tilt the pelvis. That feels nourishing and good for the pelvis. It's not lifting. And then straighten the legs, starfish, maybe reclined, bound angle, whatever works for you. Take a deep in breath. As you sigh the breath out the mouth, feel your whole back body rooted, connected, releasing into the mat beneath you. Let your eyes gently close. Relax your jaw, the muscles in your face. Feel that rise and fall in the belly and the chest with each cycle of your breath. Allow the hard work, the strength, the spaciousness created through stretching, through the yoga postures to settle into your entire system, receiving this with
still here. 2 more breaths. If you can stay longer, please do. 5 to 10 minutes, perfect. If you're at that time point, we're right there now. So roll over to the side, slowly come up, finding a comfortable seat. Bring the hands to the thighs, sit tall, sit well. Inhaling. Release with the exhale, find the hands to prayer. Thank you for sharing your beautiful, strong, integrated practice. I hope you feel spacious and uplifted as you move through your day, your week. Thank you. See you again.